guys, so today, welcome back to the channel. We have on the table ARRMA TYPHON 3S, 223S. So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and install a 4S system. I'm going to run something I had sitting around the house. So I'm going to run the 8BL 150 amp ESC. It's a 6S ESC, but we run a 4S because I will be pairing it with a 4268 2600 kV brushless motor. The 2600 kV is a 4S rated motor. The 2000 kV is rated for 6S on that motor. So we'll be running 4S on this guy. I'm going to gear it up a bit. I do have some XT90s on it from the first time I was running before. I may switch this out to a QS8 unless I have a 4S with this XT90 on it. Let's go ahead and jump in the video and install the system. Hopefully everything bolts up. Also, I will be running the radio link receiver on it because I will be getting rid of a 2-in-1, so I will have to provide my own radio and receiver. So this will be going in as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Hopefully this works out. All right, so again, clipless body, press here in the front, and then voila, lift up and out. So far I am pretty impressed with the way this vehicle run. However, you know me, I like to get some more speed out of it, and that's what I'm going to do today. So also another thing, I may upgrade the tire as well. I may run some Jetco tires on it, or BSRs, or possibly GRPs. So I may run these tires on it. Granted, it's a smaller diameter tire, so the speed will be lower than what I would get if I ran these tires. So that might be an option as well. I run this to the first one to see how it handles it, and then switch out and stuff like that. All right, so again, just looking at this guy. Did run at 4S the last time I had it. See a 4S right here. Just looking at it, I don't see why ARRMA don't make a rally car of this chassis. You got to see the front here. You do a front mount as well, and put a car body on it with some nice, rally wheels, and should have a pretty nice rally car. But anyways, let me get into the video. Talking a little too much. All right, let's go ahead. Boom. Remove the 4S. Also, like I mentioned before, they got this nice little clamp here. So you could clamp your wire in and have your connector secured. So that'd be pretty cool. Hopefully I could do the same thing with the other wires I have running in here, clamping down. But anyways, let's get into it. All right, so what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna unfasten the clamp that holds the battery cable. Got 2 screws on the back. Plate comes off just like that, and voila, that is free. Now I'm gonna reinstall this plate for now until I put the new connectors on there, new cables. Just snug it down for a second. I'm going to cut. If there's going to be a lot of dead space in the video, just cut to show you guys the meat and potatoes, okay? So next what I'm going to do is, I'm going to remove 1, 2, 3 screws, and that should free up this ESC. All right, and then you'll have these 2 screws here, boom, boom, free these wires up, and I'll get to the motor here in a second. So let's see if that works. All right, so I move these 2 wires from the ESC, screws on both sides. I remove the screw here as well from the on and off switch. And I guess the cables, it's down in there. So I may have to see if I could, okay, so you can pop the receiver box cover out, all right? And then you have some cables in here, okay? So let's see, it is loose enough, it seems like, where you could unplug it. Like that. All right, boom, just like that. Okay, so now the ESC is pretty much freed from it. I do like how they did this. So they basically gave you a nice receiver box here, so I could put my stock radio down, my receiver down in there as well to protect it out of the way. Now I'll just have my ESC double-sided tape down top of the receiver box. So I have to find a way to route my antenna to, which looks like it provided a hole right here in the front of the battery cover, receiver box cover already. So ARRMA definitely thought about a lot of things ahead of time and made some provisions for us, which is pretty good. So let's go ahead and move on to these two screws here and freeing up the ESC from the motor. All right, so those two screws comes out, and then boom, voila, that is free. So you can remove the fan connector, and it has nice clips here that's holding the wires nice and neat. Yeah, big shout outs to ARRMA, man. You guys have done a pretty good job with this. All right, now just put the screw back in here just temporarily. Like, keep all the screws together, guys. Another one here, boom. All right. Your first time doing it, always put the screws back where you think you got it from, or you can reinstall these clips here as well, just so you know exactly where it goes. All right, so I have the antenna, the fan wire disconnected, and also have the ESC now. It's fully removed. Okay, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. All right, so got that there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this receiver box, the wires back inside, put the cover back on. I don't need to, I'm just kind of showing you what you could do. And then you can just put these two screws here at the top so you don't lose anything. But sometimes you will finish a build and next thing you know you have extra screws sitting around. All right, and this screw also goes here, okay? And then that would be antenna tube. So I can see the stock ARRMA system bolting up into here as well, possibly. So we'll see how the double-sided tape works with me going over these screws with it as well. So let's go ahead and get into the motor. All right, so now we'll remove 1, 2, 3 screws and we should slide it out. I got a little bit of a damage here. I was jumping it a little bit off the curb, so hopefully the screw is not rounded out. So those 3 screws and you should be good to go. 1, 2, 3. All right, so those 3 screws are out. 1, 2, 3. Now the top one here is the longer one. The 2 on the back, they're shorter. So I can show you here. Let's see that. These 2 go on the bottom, 1, 2. The longer one goes on the top. Okay, just remember that. And then here comes you may need to get a flathead screwdriver to pop this out of the way. And then, well, this time was easy because I already did it before. The first time it was kind of tough to get it out. So you slide it like that. Now you have to remove the center drive shaft, and then you'll be able to pop that out. So this is the other tricky part. So I can show you. It's a little tough. Both had little issues with this one. All right, so I have to kind of use a flathead. May not be the right way to do it. I don't think I'm doing it right, but anyways, I got that out. So I slide the back piece out of there, and then I'm able to grab the front piece out. You can just reinstall it. All right, that's how I did it. I said it may be a better way to do it, but it's always been a struggle for me to get that out of there for some weird reason. All right, so then now you would just 2 spots back here, push forward, boom, popped out. And here we go. Now we have the main part we need. So I'll put the car to the side, and then we get into this. All right, so get into this part here now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws to remove. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those 5, and then we should get this back cover here off. All right, so got those 5 screws out. They're still in there. And you just pull back on it. Boom, just like that. Screws are right there. Okay. So then, here we go. So something I want to do with this diff, I want to check it and maybe add some more, a thicker weight to it, because I will be putting a bit more pressure to it. Just at least if anything, see if it's filled up, see what's going on with that. I haven't checked it ever since I got the car. All right, so to get this out, should be able to slide everything through at the same time. So then you just get the right size and just take these 2 screws here out. You should be able to slide the whole assembly out on the other side. All right, so let's go ahead and screw it. one. It's stuck on here. It has a washer as well. And two. Once you do that, make sure to slide everything right out. Boom. Motor, gear, fan, everything. So now that's put off to the side. Again. So then what we have here is, and I want to open this up and just to see, to check it and see what's going on with it. All right, so we'll go ahead and check the center diff. Okay, let's see. It has a blue gasket on it. Pretty thick oil in there. I'll probably take some more. See that? Probably take a little bit more in there. Okay, there's metal gears in there as well. Good. I'm trying to find a way to have it stand straight up. Here we go. I'm gonna use the back of the cover for it, just like that. Boom. I'm gonna get some diff lube and top it off a bit. I could put some air plugs in it. I'm not sure if I want to go that thick yet as far as the lube, so I'll put some lube in there, top it off, and then put it back together and reinstall the system. All right, so I got it filled up. Now we're going to reinstall the cover. Make sure everything lines up. All right, it's in there, boom, just like that. Yeah, it is a sealed diff, okay? And then these are the screws here. So reinstall the 4 screws. Also, when you tighten the screws in, try to do a star pattern. So top right, bottom left, top left, bottom right. Just try to do it that way, just to make sure everything is nice and evenly tight for the most part. Okay. All right. So then now we are in business. So now we're going to pretty much reinstall it back in the cover here. Okay, and then we can now install the motor. All right, so here we have it, guys. I'm going to run the 2600 kV motor. See it there, hopefully it focuses in. There you go. All right, so what I could do is I could put it here first just to make things a lot easier. And I'm going to reuse the stock screws. Okay, these will go into the smaller screw hole right here and right there. All right, so hopefully I have the wires oriented in the right direction, and now we'll reinstall these screws. All right, so here we have it. I have 25 tooth in here and the spur in here. Seems to have a pretty good mesh for now. We'll see. So put the cover on, and then you could also recheck your mesh. That's what I like to hear. So let me tighten it down and see if it remains the same. We should be good to go. All right, so I installed everything, tighten everything down. You guys hear that? That's what you want to hear. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the car. All right, so let's see if this motor and everything will fit into the car. So far, it's looking good. I'll line everything up. We shall see. looks like you're good to go, guys. Let me double check and we'll go from there. All right, so here we have it, guys. So right here I'm showing you guys I need to Dremel that down because the motor, I believe, is touching that when I put it in, and it's kind of causing the car to kind of bind up a little bit as it rolls. So that's roll as free. I'm gonna go ahead and Dremel that down and reinstall the motor. All right, so here I Dremeled it down, got it as fast as possible, and then I'm going to reinstall the motor and transmission and just see how the clearance is, see if it rolls nice and free compared to before. So here I'm installing it. Let's see how it does. All right, so now it's in and it's definitely rolling a lot freer. So I guess if you're going to install this type of motor, you definitely want to Dremel that down so you can be able to have the clearance. All right, so let's go and install that bracket. Also has those three screws at the bottom, but first you gotta install the center drive shaft. This is usually a bit of a struggle for me with these 3S, so let's go ahead and get the center drive shaft in. All right, so there it is, got it in there. It's definitely rolling much smoother compared to before I Dremeled that little piece off. So now just go ahead and install the ESC and the receiver. All right, so now we're going to install this bracket here. So we're going to slide it in, here it's snapped in place, and then you will have those 3 screws at the bottom. You have the 2 short ones on the outside and the long one in the middle. All right, so now that that bracket is in place, let's go ahead and install the receiver and the ESC. All right, so I got the servo wire. I'm going to install it into channel 1 on the receiver. Remember, 1 to turn, channel 2 is to burn, or channel 2 is for the throttle. Okay, so I'm going to plug it into channel 1. All right, so now we have the ESC. We'll go ahead and install that into channel 2. Remember, 1 to turn, 2 is to burn. Channel 2 will be the throttle. Plug it in, and that's pretty much how it goes. So then now I have to plug the battery up and try to get everything situated before I put everything in the receiver box. All right, so I have the 3S LiPo plugged in, and I'm going to basically calibrate, or not calibrate, but set up the receiver with the steering, make sure the steering is in the right direction and the gyro is also moving in the right direction before I completely button everything down. All right, so here I am. I'll power on the ESC, and then I'm rebinding it to the radio at this point. All right, and once that's complete, I'll have steering. I don't have throttle yet because I don't have the motor wires plugged in. What I'm trying to do here is make sure the gyro is going in the right direction before I put it in the receiver box and button it down. All right, so here we're going to go ahead and calibrate the ESC. So power on the ESC, but first you want to hold the set button while you press the power button, but keep holding the set button. You see it starts to flash red, beeping. Now you will leave the transmitter in neutral position, press set 1 time. You go full throttle, press set 1 time again. Go full brake, press set again, go to neutral, and it's going to complete the calibration process. Now you will have steering and throttle. Okay, now you're calibrated. All right, so something to take notice with this particular 8BL150 system, this ESC is a bit taller than the stock ESC. So when you close the body, it's a pretty tight fit. So if you're looking for something that's going to be a little more smaller, you can also look into the Castle Mamba Monster X ESC. I think it's a lower profile. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one.